basically, as an association, my working and functioning is to support my manufacturers or members to get their products more into the globe. So the exports that we are already doing is almost more than 4.5 billion USD. Around the target figure right now was around 7 of the USD, 7 billion USD, and we are focusing on achieving 25 billion USD by 2025.
It is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you in this session today on insights on Union Budget 21-22 and its impact on the industry. Honorable Finance Minister presented the budget of this year in an extremely trying circumstances of pandemic and subsequent lockdown, having significant contraction in the Indian economy. The budget tried to balance its outlay among the social, infrastructure and industrial sector. It is heartening to note that the budget laid a major focus on capturing the emerging energy transition trends from renewable to hydrogen. At the same time, it provided additional resources to address the ailing power reforms for improvement of its feeder separation, prepaid smart metering, and upgradation of system.
Leader surveillance infrastructure. And based on this, the government also makes regulations. A very typical thing which I have seen in some countries is that there is a close connect between all of this and the ports and areas from where the imports take place. What if you are controlling everything internally, but whatever is being imported into the country is either not conforming or made to another standard? It may be conforming, but not to your standard, but to an overseas standard. What happens in that case? So all of it becomes part of the quality infrastructure setup. And this is really where our scope is.
We should, in fact, a utility connect program is something that we should do, and this conservation of energy, in fact, even safety can be a subset in this. But इसमें ऐसा है नीना, just conservation of energy in a virtual program would not be of much interest, because the people who would be working towards conservation of energy would be your plant maintenance people and those kind of people. So those are the programs that actually are more effective.
Certainly, well, very nice to know that BHL is very much open to this, and our members, who I mentioned earlier, are in those areas and feel they're close to being able to meet the requirements, must contact BHEL, must work with BHEL, and together we will come up with alternatives.
Good morning and a warm welcome to Indian Electrical and Electronic Manufacturers Association's 4th edition of Distribulec, Buildelec Exhibition and Intellect Conference 2021 on this spectacular virtual platform.
Good morning, Shri R.K. Singh Ji, Honorable Union Minister for Power and Renewable Energy, Shri Alok Kumar Ji, Secretary Power, dignitaries, colleagues from industry, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the ceremony of the 4th edition of Distribulec exhibition. First of all, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister Shri R.K. Singh Ji for making time from his busy schedule.
Shri Anil Sabu Ji, the President of IEEMA, the Vice Presidents of IEEMA, Shri Vijay Karia Ji and Shri Neeraj Nanda Ji, the Chairperson Distribulec 2021, Shri Sandeep Zanjaria Ji, the Director General of IEEMA, Shri Sunil Mishra Ji, friends, ladies and gentlemen. I want to begin by congratulating IEEMA for organizing this exhibition, Distribulec. For me, this is my industry. This is what I'm supposed to be working for. And together, you and me, both of us are supposed to be working for the people, for bringing them electricity, for bringing them light, for bringing them warmth, heat, for cooling them during summer, and for making their lives better.
Sir, thank you so very much for kindly inaugurating the 4th edition of Distribulec, Buildilec Exhibition and Intellect Conference. And may I please request you to do the honors by unveiling IEEMA's Yearbook 2021 with virtual applauses coming our way in the presence of all our dignitaries and our audience members.
Industry is thankful to the Government of India for proving various relief measures from time to time for recovery of the industry and easing its liquidity, working capital needs to help the industry in this difficult situation.
So IEEMA has played a very crucial role in growth of the electricity sector, which itself is very critical to India's growth, economic growth, as well as our socio-economic improvement.
Congratulate and thank IEEMA, the Indian Electrical and Electronics Manufacturers Association, to have organized this Buildilec 2021.
Our expectation from the distribution companies or the transmission companies is the advanced ideas should be brought to us.
Our sector in India, has come to age. Huge amount of changes have happened in last, I would say, 2 decades.
Electricity sector in India is around 375 gigawatt of installed capacity and maybe around 450,000 of circuit kilometers of lines of 220 kV and above.
The reforms in this context is mainly now focused on the consumer.
Our electrical industry especially is very, very important when we talk about emissions. Why? As per 2020 Bloomberg New Energy Outlook report, 32 billion tons of emissions are observed in 2019 purely on account of energy consumption.
And as we all know, technology is changing much faster, right? So we developed a process called Priority Action Plan, or a PAP process, and we were able to fast track standards and get them done in less than a year, okay?
Very fast pace, as you just mentioned. We especially in the last, let's say, 20 years, we have seen the shooting star of wind power and photovoltaic being dramatically introduced around the world.
Of the charging infrastructure in the context of the larger need of India to go electric as far as transportation is concerned.
India, looking at the population, and if we want EV vehicles to go up, first we have to give confidence to the users.
India is one of the largest automotive markets globally, and in terms of sales volumes, we recorded domestic sales of 21.5 million vehicles.
I'd like to have your views on evolving cybersecurity threat landscape, and I would also request you to please share the evolution in cybersecurity paradigm.
The cyber hackers, the adversaries, they are more talented and they are capable of targeting any industrial control systems actually.
Distribution is the most vital link in the entire power sector value chain.
Focus company, we are leveraging technology to the hilt. We always keep in mind that whatever technology we adopt, it's a mindful use of technology.
The humble beginning of having no EHV station in the 71, we have 55 EHV stations as on date, and we are from about 3,000 villages which were electrified at the 71. Now we are 17,000. We are all electrified, and household reach, as I told earlier, is already 100%.
It is a very well-known fact that buildings alone in India are responsible for more than 30% of the country's electricity usage.
Now, the panelists will also speak a little bit about where we have come from, where we are now, and where we're going in the context of intelligent buildings in the India market.
The future of smart and intelligent buildings, a very relevant topic that IEEMA has put in, because this is going to be the future of how it is going to happen and the rollout is going to be.
This may be important to understand a bit of history in how the intelligent building is what it is today.
We have seen right from the user until the one person who is representing a community, the discussion about intelligent buildings. Now, when I represent a community, I represent all the people who come together as one unit, one social unit. And I will go beyond and say one techno-social unit, which looks at things beyond the tactical solutions.
My association with him is more than 3 years old, and I know him since 2017. After all,
increased standard of living of the average Indian household is also increase the dependence on electricity in our day-to-day lives.
Inspiring to be part of any panel where DK Shami Saab is chairing, so I am really blessed with his presence. He is always a great inspiration.
All the markets cannot be covered, you all know that, in such short time. So what I have chosen primarily is the Gulf and few countries based on my experience with the various certification bodies, IEEMA and all that, which are popular as far as the exports are concerned.